Let me ask you something brutally honest. How many times have you been denied for a credit card, auto loan, or apartment because your credit score just wasn't good enough? That sinking feeling when you see declined in bold letters, it's not just frustrating, it's costing you thousands in higher interest rates, security deposits, and missed opportunities. But what if I told you there's a way to hack the system? Not with shady credit repair schemes, but by legally exploiting loopholes in the FICO algorithm that banks don't want you to know about? I'm talking about taking a 580 credit score to 700 plus in as little as 90 days. And no, this isn't theoretical. I've personally helped over 2,000 people in our community do exactly this. The secret? Understanding that 35% of your credit score comes from payment history, 30% from credit utilization, 15% from credit age, 10% from credit mix, and 10% from new credit. But here's what the credit bureaus won't tell you: each of these factors can be manipulated strategically. Let's start with payment history, the biggest chunk of your score. Everyone tells you pay your bills on time, but that's just the baseline. The real hack? Getting positive payment history reported that normally wouldn't be. Now here's a critical detail: most miss. Experian Boost only affects your Experian FICO score. But since many lenders use FICO 8 or FICO 9, this can still be huge. One client added his 200 rent and 150 utility payments and saw a 53-point jump overnight. But you need to optimize this. Only select payments you've never missed, and space them out over 3 months to show consistent history. But let's say you don't have rent reporting, maybe you live with family. That's where Ultra FICO comes in. This program looks at your actual bank account activity, things like maintaining a steady balance, having regular deposits, and avoiding overdrafts. The sweet spot? Keeping at least $400 in your checking account consistently for 3 months can trigger a 30 to 50-point increase. Why? Because it proves financial stability beyond just credit accounts. Now let's talk about credit utilization, the second biggest factor. The old 30% rule is dead. For maximum scoring, you need to keep utilization under 10% across all cards. But here's an advanced tactic called AZEO, all zero except one. Here's how it works: you let one card report a small balance, 5 minus 20, while keeping Galather's at 0. This tricks the FICO algorithm into thinking you're using credit responsibly without appearing maxed out. Implementation is key. You need to know when your cards report to the bureaus. Most report your statement balance, but some, like Capital One, report on the last day of the month. Set calendar reminders to pay down balances before these dates. One member of our Credit Builder program used AZEO combined with strategic payment timing to gain 37 points in a single cycle. Now for credit age, the silent score killer. When you're rebuilding credit, every new account lowers your average age. The solution? Become an authorized user on someone else's old account. But here's a 2025 update: some banks are cracking down on trade line renting. That's why I recommend combining this with primary accounts like the Kickoff Credit Builder. 5/month report CESA 500 loan, or self-secured card/CD combo. These report as separate account types, diversifying your credit mix, which accounts for 10% of your score. Speaking of new credit, the final 10%. Most people fear hard inquiries, but there's a 14-day window where all mortgage, auto, or credit card inquiries count as one. So if you're shopping for a car loan or multiple credit cards, do it within this window. One client applied for both the Discover It and Capital One Platinum on the same day, both approved with only one inquiry impact. Now for the nuclear option, disputing errors. But not the basic online dispute. You need to send certified letters citing specific FCRA violations. For example, if a late payment is reported inaccurately, your letter should state, per FCRA Section 611, I dispute this item as inaccurate and request full validation, including the original creditor's name, payment history, and documentation proving I was 30+ days late. Without this proof, they must remove it. This is just the beginning. Imagine where you'll be in 90 days when you combine these strategies systematically. The first step? Take action today, whether it's setting up Experian Boost, implementing AZEO, or sending that first dispute letter. Your future self will look back at this moment as the turning point. So here's what I need you to do. Comment 700 Club below to commit to your credit journey. And when you hit that magic number, tag me on Instagram at your handle. I feature success stories every week to motivate others. Now hit that like button if this gave you at least one strategy you can use immediately. And subscribe because next week we're diving deeper into how to remove collections and late payments permanently. Remember, financial freedom isn't about luck, it's about strategy. And you just got the playbook.